Hey guys, it's Tina Forsyth here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whenever you're watching this video. I love this book, The Big Leap, right? This is a book I came across. It's called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. I came across it, I want to say about a year and a half-ish ago maybe. And I will admit what first drew my attention is the fact that it has the exact same picture on it that my book does. The jumping fish. Which I think is so cool because I love the fish thing for some reason. But I love this book. I love this book, you guys. This is a book that I recommend that everyone buys and reads, and it's something that I send to all my clients in our mentorship programs. You know, there's a number of really cool, good nuggets in here, but what I wanted to talk about today is this idea of, are you operating from your zone of excellence or your zone of genius? Really fascinating stuff. I just got off a call with one of my clients where we were talking about this, right? And it inspired me to do a video for you here today. In the book here, he talks about this idea of the different zones that we can operate in, you know, in life and business, right? But of course, we'll talk about it from the perspective of business here. The zone of incompetence. This is probably a pretty obvious one for most of us. The zone of incompetence is made up of all the activities that we're not good at. Other people can do them a lot better than we can. Right? So these are generally the things we're not going to try to do anyhow because we don't know how, or we don't like them, or we're not good at it, right? Then there's the zone of competence. You're competent at the activities in the zone of competence, but other people can do them just as well. Successful people often discover that they expend far too much time and energy in this zone. Far too much time and energy in this zone. Very fascinating, right? The zone of excellence. Now, this is the one I really want you to pay attention to and really want you to hone in on. And of course, I'm reading this from the book, you guys, so these aren't my words. These are the words right from the book. In the zone of excellence are the activities you do extremely well. You make a good living in your zone of excellence. For successful people, this zone is seductive and even a dangerous trap. If to remain in this zone is to hobble yourself from taking the leap into your zone of genius, which we'll talk about here in a moment. The temptation is strong to remain in the zone of excellence. It's where your own addiction to comfort wants you to stay. I love that, addiction to comfort, hey? It's also where your family, your friends, and your organization want you to stay. You're reliable there. You provide a steady supply of all the things that family, friends, and organizations thrive on. The problem is that a deep, sacred part of you will wither and die if you stay inside your zone of excellence. There is only one place where you will ultimately thrive and feel satisfied, and that is your zone of genius. So liberating and expressing your natural genius is your ultimate path to success and life satisfaction. Your zone of genius is a set of activities you are uniquely suited to do. They draw upon your special gifts and strengths. You know what, guys? I love this. I love this because, you know, I've read this book before, and, you know, I was just rereading it again, obviously, sharing some of these key passages with you here today. Too many of us, I feel like, I love that idea where he said, you know, being in your zone of excellence is a trap. Hello, been there, done that. You know, I really get what this is, and I know a number of you will probably be able to relate to this, right? Are you building a business based on your zone of excellence, or is it based on your zone of genius? You know, and I get where and how zone of excellence is a very easy trap, a dangerous trap to find ourselves in, right? Because, you know, we're darn good at what we can do in the zone of excellence. We can have a great impact. We can serve people in a really great way, but it does feel like something's a little bit missing or something's a little bit off, right? Just fascinating. You know, I'm not going to sit here today and say I have any great big answers or anything like that for you, right? Because this is something I work through in my own business. It's part of my own journey right now with some changes I'm looking at making, some additions I'm making to my business. And I think it's, you know, just because I'm having these conversations with people, I really want to invite you to consider this. What is, of the activities that you do right now, and or the things that you'd like to do in the future, right? That you'd theoretically like to be able to do. Which of those fall under zone of excellence versus zone of genius? You know, make a list for yourself. Literally get out and write these things down. Bring them to awareness, if you will. Get them out of your head. Get them down on paper. And then, of course, the question becomes, hey, what are you going to do about it? But that's a whole other video, and or a whole other video series, really. But I think it does start with this awareness piece, right? And being able to see where and how and what zone that we're operating from. And then, of course, the impact that continues to have on the bigger picture of our business and our lives. So would love to hear what you guys think of this too. As you're playing with this idea, be sure to go ahead and share comments. Post them here with the video. Would love to hear from you. Again, it's Tina Forsyth here. Until next time, be well. Take care. Bye now.